I'm Joe Catalano with an AM Quincy news update for Friday, May 31st. Fire broke out at a Quincy apartment building yesterday afternoon. Officials say the fire erupted in a third-floor apartment of the 12-story building at 95 West Quantum Street in North Quincy at 2 p.m. The fire may have started in Unit 316 and may have been electrical in nature. Reports state one man jumped from a window to escape. However, there were no reports of any serious injuries. Residents were allowed to return to their apartments just before 4 p.m. A proposal for a 4-story, 9-unit condo building across from the Adams Birthplaces on Independence Avenue in Quincy has been withdrawn. Ward 2 City Councilor Richard Ash says developer Anton Sela has withdrawn the proposal for that new building at the site of the Quincy Auto Tech Shop. Ash says that Sela withdrew without prejudice from both the planning and zoning boards, which means that it may be refiled at a later date. The proposal has drawn criticism from neighbors, including Marianne Peak of the Adams National Historical Park, who argued that the building was too large for the area. The proposal was set to go before the zoning board on June 18th and the planning board on June 26th. It was first introduced in January. Well, today is the last day of school for high school seniors in Quincy. North Quincy High School will hold graduation ceremonies on June 10th, and Quincy High School will hold graduation ceremonies on June 11th, both at Veterans Memorial Stadium. The annual Quincy Police Memorial Sunday service will be held this Sunday at 9 a.m. at the Police Officers Memorial at Mount Wollaston Cemetery in Quincy. Officers will proceed from the Quincy Courthouse to the cemetery for the 9 o'clock ceremony. The public is welcome to attend. The Quincy Pride Committee and the Quincy LGBTQ Commission are hosting 4 events to mark Pride Month in Quincy. A Progress Pride flag-raising ceremony will be held Saturday from 6 to 7 p.m. at the United First Parish Church in Quincy Center, followed by an interfaith worship service Sunday from 10:30 to 11:30 a.m. Following the service, participants will march in a Pride Walk to the Quincy Pride Festival at the Ross Lot from noon to 5 p.m. Visit quincypride.com for more information. The Quincy Department of Natural Resources Environmental Treasures Program presents Exploring Gardens at Historic Homes at the Adams National Historical Park on Adams Street and the Dorothy Quincy Homestead on Butler Road, Saturday at 10 a.m. You can send an email to Sally Owen to register, and for more information, sowen@quincyma.gov. The Dorothy Quincy Homestead will be open for tours on Saturday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. There will be a special presentation on colonial printing in Paul Revere times. The cost is $10 per person. The Quincy Quarry and Granite Workers Museum at the Lyons Turning Mill in West Quincy will be open Saturday and Sunday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Visit quincyquarrymuseum.org for more information. Saturday is Household Hazardous Waste Drop-Off Day at the Quincy DPW on C Street. Quincy residents may dispose of household hazardous waste from 8 a.m. to noon at no cost. A mass driver's license with a Quincy address is required. Other news, Boston police asking for help identifying people seen in surveillance video from a bank where a U-Haul truck was used in the attempted theft of an ATM early Thursday morning. Officers responded to the Rockland Trust Bank branch at the intersection of Talbot Ave and Southern Avenue at about 5:53 a.m. in response to a reported robbery in progress. Police say the unspecified number of individuals ultimately fled the area after the attempted theft. No arrests have been made. Pieces of the mangled ATM were seen, surrounded by crime scene tape outside the bank. A witness also shared a photo of the damaged U-Haul with part of the ATM. It appears the truck was used to crash through the machine and push part of it off bank property. The witness said he observed two stocky males in black hoodies exiting the vehicle and fleeing down Talbot Avenue. Investigators shared surveillance photos from the bank and asked for help identifying the individuals seen in the images, along with the U-Haul truck. Massachusetts officials and representatives reacting to former President Donald Trump's guilty verdict yesterday afternoon. Congresswoman Ayanna Pressley, a Democrat representing Massachusetts' 7th Congressional District, said in a statement that Trump's guilty verdict is an important step toward accountability. Pressley also said Trump is not a man persecuted because of his politics. Rather, she said, quote, he has been defrauding people, exacting harm, and evading legal accountability for decades. Congressman Stephen Lynch, representing the 8th Congressional District, shared his reaction in a statement, quote, I am very grateful to Judge Merchan and the members of the New York jury in the People of New York versus Donald J. Trump for unanimously upholding the rule of law and rendering 34 verdicts of guilty on all felony counts against former President Donald J. Trump, thereby sustaining the constitutional precept that no man is above the law, end quote. A check of business news this morning, and stocks are down. The Dow dropped 330 points. The Nasdaq fell 183. The S&P lost 31. Asian stocks were higher. The dollar fell. The euro is down. Oil at $77 a barrel. In sports, Red Sox lose to the Tigers 5-0 at Fenway last night. They're back at it tonight at 7:10. And we now know the Celtics will be facing the Dallas Mavericks in the NBA Finals with Game 1 next Thursday night at 8:30 in Boston. The National Weather Service forecast for today, partly sunny and a high of 74 degrees. Tonight, partly cloudy and a low around 50. Tomorrow, lots of sunshine, high 79, sunny 80 on Sunday, and partly sunny 80 on Monday. The marine forecast calling for 1-foot waves, a northwest wind at 5 to 10 knots, becoming southwesterly and gusting to 20 knots. Next high tide 6:49 p.m. Sunrise 5:10, sets at 8:13. I'm Joe Catalano with an AM Quincy news update for Friday, May 31st.